Hello everybody and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're going to be checking out something called Rolling Sun, taking a little bit of a break from the LD31 competition. Today I want to try out this awesome physics-powered marble game. It reminds me a little bit of a conglomeration of Trials and Trine and Rock of Ages, all games that I'm reasonably fond of, or quite fond of in fact. So it's a game where we're going to be navigating what appears to be some kind of Aztec ruins as a mystical marble with these awesome little neon lines all over it, trying to explore the environment and progress what is to be a more fulfilling and overarching story. The version we're playing right now, actually, this is just sort of a demo level for us to get a feel of how the controls are and maybe some of, the look of the game, and of course the music as well, all of which are quite lovely, and I must say, compliments to the developer. I'm really enjoying the presentation so far, and the game actually is implemented quite well. I think this is an idea that really could be a lot of fun, and is already a lot of fun, so it's the type of thing that I look forward to seeing more of as it gets progressed and further on. I mean, look at that vista in the background, actually. It's a bit of a testament to amazing design and the fact that they've got all of this stuff going on in the background that isn't even part of the actual game experience. It looks like fairly detailed as well, though there is a little bit of polygon popping going on there on that the second or third hill back there, as you can see as I move in and out of the foreground. That hill seems to be changing shape just a little bit. I hate to call attention to those things, but they always jump out to me for whatever reason. But regardless, the whole point of me mentioning that was just to bring to light quite to the degree of detail that we're seeing here that there is going on. And it is very, very lovely. Being a CryEngine game, though, I think a lot of that stuff kind of intrinsically does show up in the engine. I think a lot of the effects and things are lovely just by default, so it just comes down to, like, can you arrange them in a meaningful way? Can you make enough, original assets that things stand out and look cool? And I think that this game definitely accomplishes that so far. And from what I've seen, the little bits of story and details that I've pieced together by looking at some of the various pages online that I've run into, it seems like we're going to be unlocking like a charge ability and some kind of a feather ability, which should let us fall or hover or glide or something like that. But right now, it's mostly just, navigate and roll and jump, which is good enough, actually. I actually have no problem with this kind of gameplay by itself. Maybe a little bit easy at first, but I also grant that this is probably not representative of the final experience. Oh, kind of skipped a little chunk of it there. Oh no! Got out of control. Well, that's what happens when you fall off the track. There's not always a super clear delineation of where is and isn't off track, but for the most part, I guess you'll get the reasonably close idea or proximity of an idea from the way that things are arranged. So the level design is pretty well done. Oh, wow. Okay, that was kind of lucky. There's also no timer from what I can tell. It seems like you're just doing this as sort of an exploratory freeform adventure, which I find is kind of neat as well, because I'm so used to these types of games all kind of forcing you to hurry up and hurry up and hurry up, and this one just kind of like take in the sights and sounds, which is kind of more my style, although granted I do speedrun Super Meat Boy, so I do have a propensity for the other type of gameplay as well. I would also love to see, like, the ability to explore some of those grasslands in the background, and, I appreciate that they've kind of made this a pseudo 2D experience, well, hybrid 2D, 3D experience. Obviously, this is made in a 3D engine, but they've restricted your movement along this axis to a small range of area, which I guess that's what I mean when I say, like, it's not always clear, the delineation. Like, right here, there's clearly an invisible wall stopping me from going any further back, and that's okay. There probably should be. But in this case, there's actually a rock, which gives you sort of a reason to believe there is a reason you can't go any further. So perhaps that's the kind of thing that could be extended in other ways, although then you run into restrictive level design in that everywhere has to be like a valley of rocks, which probably wouldn't be very fun to look at. I think this is actually very, very pretty, and there's a part of me that just goes, you know what, it really doesn't matter at all, because the vistas in the background are super beautiful, and I like looking at those. There's no reason to bother messing around with what we've got already. So, I'm kind of two minds of that. Both ways could be approached interestingly, I have a feeling. But the way that I first mentioned, I think, would require much, much more bizarrely attentive level design in a way that would probably be annoying and restrictive to the overall art as well. There is a lot of texture and shadow popping in going on in the background there. I hope that's something that gets hammered out as we get further into development. Like I said, this version is supposed to be only in alpha, so it could be quite early on in that regard. So no ill will whatsoever, just stuff I like to point out. Oh, I'm not sure how to get proper momentum there. Oh, what is this? I've fallen off Was I supposed to fall down here? Is this a branching path? I feel like this is not... No, this is not a place I was supposed to end up. I've broken the fourth wall here. Well, it's not actually the fourth wall. I've broken out of the mesh that I was allowed to be in. You know what this might let me do is go and explore the terrain mapping. Guys, I've gotten free of the coils and bounds that I was supposed to stick on. Oh, wow. I can actually make it up most of that wall. I must say, actually, the physics and the way the ball controls feel really nice. It reminds me a lot of the way Rock of Ages feels. There's also a little bit of that motion blur as it turns, which is also another thing kind of reminds me of Rock of Ages a little bit. And the sort of irreverent nature of the juxtaposition of a ball smashing through things versus, like, comedic depictions of historical landmarks. Not to say that that's exactly what's going on here, but we do have sort of like these pseudo-Aztec ruins, and why is there a ball? I don't know, but it's fun. It's because games, I guess, is kind of where we go with that kind of thing a lot of the time. Oh, have I trapped myself here? I may have trapped myself. If that's the case, well, I don't know, is there an R for reset or anything? No, I'm pretty sure I'm stuck in this valley, unfortunately. Well, that's okay. What I can do is I can use this opportunity to jump out and go check out the other level, because the UI for the level select was just, you know, it's kind of like the standard SDK thing, so I didn't want to show it off, because I'm sure it's, like, completely just placeholder stuff. So I will jump into the other level, and we'll come back and continue to look at Rolling Sun. Be right back. Okay, so we've warped into the other level here, and the one thing that I remember just before, when I was about to cut there was, I kind of wanted to point out the sense of momentum feels nice, but I feel like the weight of the boulder doesn't necessarily seem completely representative. Oh, that's the dash, by the way. We can dash left and right with that, although it doesn't seem like it's the type of dash I would have expected. I was thinking it was going to be like a huge jump in momentum that would then allow you to get... Oh, that was awful. To get a bigger jump off of something. In this case, it feels like it just picks you up and moves you and then stops you, which I guess could be useful if you're trying to navigate a series of very careful edges or something. Oh, that was the feather. Let's, Oh, that's cool. I really like that. Okay. Oh, we've fallen out of the, the axis, apparently. Okay, so, yeah, that's sweet. I like that a lot. The warp, however, not as much. I would have liked it if it just kicked up your momentum, let you use this for bigger jumps and such. I'd also love to see some more smashing of objects, because that doesn't seem to be possible at all, which seems like such a missed opportunity, right? You've got this big, heavy weight, and it's a physics-enabled game. I mean, the whole thing is kind of around the concept of physics, and it doesn't seem like I can get all that much momentum unless I'm sort of missing something here. Maybe I'm just supposed to roll in place on these for a while, and maybe if I do it just right, I should... No, it seems like I'm not really conserving momentum. In fact, as I slide down this, although I am getting what I feel to be a pretty close to perfect slide, it seems like the ball is actually not even turning, or turning any faster, actually, so I guess in that case, momentum not as much of a factor. So yeah, maybe that's something that I might like to see if there's going to be more power-ups or different power-ups. Something that just allows you to smash or have the ability to use your momentum in more interesting ways. And again, this is only an alpha version, so I'm sure they've already thought of this stuff. I would be incredibly surprised if they haven't. And it probably is just going to be implemented in other parts of other levels, or even maybe in the level that I was on before I unceremoniously broke the game and fell out of bounds. Regardless, it might sound like I have a bunch of kind of grapey things that I'm saying, but I don't mean it that way at all. This is just the nature of criticism, in that I give some lighthearted jabs at things that I would like to see. And they're not even jabs, honestly. They're just criticism. Take them with a grain of salt. They're just one person's opinion. But I'm really enjoying this so far. I think this is definitely something with some big potential. I'm definitely going to be voting for this on Greenlight. Oh, wait, do I have a double jump? I totally have a double jump. I didn't even notice that. So there's some sweet power-ups that we can look for. This is like a Devil May Cry style double jump, which is awesome. I really like that little rune thing that happens underneath. That's how I could have gotten over those boxes a second ago. Alright, let's see if I can harness this. So now we're getting into this little like Trials style world here, where we can use these skate ramps to try and jump up on top of pillars, and that's actually pretty cool because that allows me to course correct when I fall off without necessarily having to fall completely off. I can actually just kind of bend my way back over to the pillars. Kind of would like a run mode if there's not one already. I don't feel like there's one. There we go. That was a little better executed. Where does this go? Oh, there's like a groove here to sit inside. Oh, look at the water, so pretty. I love Crytek stuff. Just kind of sits there like a dragon egg. Are we going to hatch into a beautiful dragon or something? Was I successful? Oh, what's going on here? The camera's showing us another world. Is this how we finish a level? Is it takes us to another place? That is kind of a part that I was curious about. Like, what is the world architecture going to be? How is this going to be implemented? Oh, I think it's just warping us... No, now it's warping us somewhere else, I think. I think it just took us back to where we just were, and now I hit the button again, and it seems to be... Okay, I don't know what's actually happening. It looked like it was taking us somewhere else, but then it wasn't. Let's see if we can go all the way to the right now before I wrap up the video. Let's just skip these pillars. I already know I can do that. I kind of just wanted to get my bearings and feel how the physics feel how the controls feel. And for the most part, I like what I see so far. And, well, I like what I see for sure. I definitely love the graphics and the presentation. The audio as well. The music really complements the whole thing. It feels kind of cheerful and lighthearted and has the right amount of momentum that seems like the type of thing that would want to make you keep playing more. That's all you could really ask for, honestly. It's a nice backdrop. It doesn't seem to overshadow what's going on, and that's perfect. Oh, am I supposed to, like... Oh, can I... Yeah, that's right. Okay, the platforming feels really nice, actually, when you get a nice groove of it. And I've never been fantastic at trials or anything, but I feel like this is like a much less complex version of that. You can kind of get right down in the nitty-gritty. And having the fact that there's a little bit of that foreground, background access stuff where you can move around a little bit feels right as well. Oh, does this just... Oh, no, this is a new area. Okay, I thought we were just looping from the left side of the island to the right side. But that is not the case. What is this all about? Got a whole different style of challenge here. Look at that background. Just a little bit of that blurriness going on back there to give it nice depth of field. It really does help a lot to really emphasize how nice it looks. Oh, we've got little floating islands. Very cool. Oh, geez, my momentum's out of control right now. Yeah, all right, fair enough. Let's try that one more time. Now that I have double jump, that kind of changes everything. Also, I've got to remember I've got that feather move for when that's necessary. Oh, I can probably combine those, right? Let's try and combine a bunch of moves. So we got a double jump, feather, and then warp. Interesting. There's some platforming combinations we could do with this kind of thing. Ooh, how did I do that? I got such a big boost from that time. I think I might need to find out some of the finer points about how this all works. All right, let's just go little at a time. Okay, course correct. Kind of threw that one off for a second there. Okay, big jumps. Warp, perfect. Okay, this is starting to feel fluid now that I understand what my options are. Okay, I got some ramps to go down. Oh, that's not a ramp. Oh, I teleported and I kind of messed with the little head that was trying to pick me up there. Or the mask, I guess. Oh, does that really reset me through all of that? Do I only get one life for that whole challenge? That's kind of tricky. That actually might get a little frustrating if I had to do that a whole bunch of times. Kind of figured there'd be a checkpoint in there somewhere, but I don't know if this is just like a special trials-y level just to give you, you know, a feeling about how the controls work with some of the advanced techniques. Probably just a preview, honestly, and that's okay. Let's not judge it as if it weren't. Okay, slow down. Slow down. Okay, this is like the proper marbly stuff that I look for in these types of games. And we're up. Fantastic. All right, double jump up that. Double jump followed by warp. And, oh, this is a little bridge. I don't know if I'm allowed to fall here. I hope I am. There may be... Is there fire underneath? I think I saw fire. Oh, no, that's just ground. Okay, can I just get up? Yeah, I can totally just get up from that. Okay, double jump, warp. Now that I've got these moves, this feels totally different and, like, a lot more fun, actually. Not that I wasn't enjoying it before, but this is, like, it added a level of complexity that I wouldn't have expected. That feels really nice, and I just discovered that, like, right in front of you guys. I didn't even try this part of the game beforehand in, you know, recording ahead, or before recording, rather. Is there another area? Oh, it just keeps going. Oh, this is exciting. I want to just keep playing this, but also I should probably wrap up the video and let you guys go download and try this out yourself. This is a very cool little experience. I'm enjoying it a lot so far. So this is Rolling Sun. If you'd like to go check it out... Oh, that was a terrible jump. There is going to be a link in the description. You can grab the trial version that I've got right now, the alpha, and you can also go vote for it on Greenlight if you find yourself so inclined. I believe it has already been greenlit. So this should be going forward and probably is going to be released fairly soon as well if the information I saw was of any indication. That is strategically placed there to mess you up. That's a good level design there. punishing me for not being careful and trying to read the environment before I jump straight into it. Also, there's like a little bucket back here. Oh, I wanted to sit in the bucket. Not fair. And as much as I want to go exploring in the background of these levels, like, I appreciate that it's there, and we could just let that be there and just have all our fun in the foreground too. That's fine. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching. As always, if you enjoyed the video, I do appreciate it if you click on the like button. That does help keep the series going and let people help find out about these artistic and unique and original indie games that I look for. Oh, see, that was a little hard to read. I thought I was allowed to jump there. Apparently not. But as always, I also do appreciate the discussion. If you guys want to chime in the comments, let me know what you think about marble games in general, about physicsy games, about the combination of Trials and Trine and Rock of Ages, all the things that I just said. You know, I'd be curious to know what you think about all of that stuff. So do leave a comment, because I do read them all, and I appreciate them all too. And I will be back for another episode tomorrow. As always, new episodes of Indie Impressions go up every single day, so I look forward to bringing you more in the future. Hope you enjoy what you're seeing, and I will talk to you all later. Made it. Yeah.